What's going on, guys? It's Greg from East Coast Eyes, and today we have a full video overview of the new Maverik tank. So big shout out to our friends at Lacrosse.com for sending this over to check out, and we are really excited to tell you a little bit about the tank. So this is Maverik's new defensive oriented head. It is specifically designed for defensemen, and it's a very specialized head, and I think they did an excellent job with it. So first off, the name of the tank is awesome. I love the name of the tank. I think it perfectly embodies what they're trying to do with this head. Stiff, durable, powerful, and long lasting. I think it really is a great name for a defensive head. So let's just get into some of the features, starting out with the overall aesthetic and the look. You can see that they took what was, I guess, the Maverik metric sidewall design and added one more strut. So you can see here's a Maverik metric and here is the Maverik tank. So very similar sidewall design. They just added another strut, giving it their 4-strut sidewall design just to give it maximum stiffness and durability in the sidewall. So they've got them evenly spaced throughout so that there's no weak points as you go up. The face shape is extremely wide. This is obviously an X-Spec head, so legal for all levels of play. It's very similar face shape to the hammer. Starts out wide and has a nice low, very gradual flare. And for defense, I really love a wide face shape because it's going to be able to give you a lot of surface space to make catches when it's out on the end of the pole, interceptions, and also it makes ground balls much easier. As far as details and aesthetic design things, they have on all their new heads the new Maverik medallion in silver, which looks really nice at the bottom, and they've also added some matte and gloss finishes throughout. So the inside here is gloss and the outside is sort of a textured matte, with the inside here being gloss and the scoop being a textured matte. It's subtle, but it definitely makes it look a little higher end and a little higher quality, and this head does cost $90, so it's right in the range of higher end heads. There's not too much to talk of as far as aesthetics. They want to keep it clean and simple, obviously. My favorite thing probably about it is the scoop. So you can see how flat that scoop is. It's not so rounded or pointed as you would want an offensive head. The scoop is extremely flat, and this is going to make this thing a ground ball vacuum. It's going to be really easy to get it parallel to the ground and flat on the ground. It's going to suck up anything that is within this entire radius and get it right in the head. So I do love what they did with the scoop. Really, with the position specialization, having a flat scoop for a defensive head is ideal because they're not going to be shooting too much. It's better to have that superior ground ball ability. It also has what they're calling their level 5 bottom rail. So the Maverik Optic had a level 2 bottom rail, meaning the thickest and most pointed point at the bottom was going to be down here at the bottom, giving it more of a mid-low pocket. With the Maverik tank, it has a level 5 bottom rail, meaning that the thickest point is a little higher in the head and it's a little pointed there, so that's going to inherently make the pocket sit up a little bit higher, which is actually good for defensive players to have a higher pocket because it's better for ground balls. The ball's going to fall in easier, it's going to fall in much quicker, you get control of it, and also you're going to want a little extra whip when throwing with a long pole because you need the ball to stay in longer because it is further out and your throwing radius is larger. So the level 5 bottom rail for this head is smart. It definitely works, and I can even feel the pocket pushing up a little bit higher than it feels like I have it strung just because of that higher bottom rail. This head is also completely made in the USA, just like the Maverik metric, just like the Maverik Optic, which I love. I think it allowed them to have a lot of control of the production process and really came through in the final product. It's got the Made in the USA medallion right here on the back, which I know means a lot to Maverik and means a lot to all the consumers as well. I think it's very important these days that heads and products are made in the United States. And then as far as stringing goes, it did string up pretty easily despite the super wide face shape. I did not have too much of a problem stringing it. I strung it up with our 50mm ECM black and just with a mid to mid-high pocket. You can see it looks really great channel even in the wide head, so it was easier to string, and it has as many string holes as you could want down the side, perfectly sized top string holes for me to do a double triangle top string in, and no complaints as far as stringing, just as easy to string as all the other Maverik heads. They've done a great job with the stringing holes and placement, size, and shape. And finally, the Maverik tank features their True Form technology, which we haven't been able to learn much about yet, but I'm sure Maverik will tell us more as they release the head. Essentially what it means is the head is going to maintain its shape throughout its life, which is very important for defensemen because they're constantly poke checking this way and slap checking and checking this way. Heads have a tendency to flatten and widen. So the lifespan of a defensive head is not quite as long as an offensive head because it does go through all that abuse, so it is important for a head to hold its shape. Not sure how this True Form technology is going to work exactly yet, but I'm sure they have done a lot of research and development to make sure it does hold its shape. As far as stiffness, which is important for defensemen as well, here I have the Hammer, the Revo 3, and the Cyber X, 3 of the more popular defensive heads on the market. And just initial pinching feel, I would say that the Maverik Tank feels the stiffest out of all of them. It's probably most comparable to the Hammer, which has a very thick top rail, which makes it very stiff. So I would say it's even a little stiffer than the Hammer, but not by much. They're all very stiff, so it is at least as stiff as the other defensive heads on the market, if not a little bit more stiff. It feels very sturdy, and it's very tough to pinch together, which is great. It's going to give you that durability and make sure you can land hard checks without it bending over on you. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to let me know what you think of the Maverik Tank down in the comments. Make sure to leave this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe to our channel for more stream videos and tutorials. Have a great day.